What's up, idols? It's Cece Lesson 3. Welcome back to my channel. So, I don't know where you guys are from, but I'm from the United States of America. It is June 1st, which means it is the start of Pride Month. I know that not every country has a Pride Month, and sadly there are a lot of countries out there that don't even acknowledge the existence of the LGBTQ+ community. So, it's 2023 and there's something new about Korea that I just discovered, and I wanted to share it with you guys. I would like to introduce you guys to Korea's first ever all trans K-pop group. With a country as conservative as Korea, I was very surprised that this was a thing. Pleasantly surprised, but it's also kind of sad. So let us dive on into this video. Lady was a 4-member group with all the members having received gender reassignment surgery. This was especially scandalous at the time because in Korea, such a surgery was very illegal. All the members went on to confirm that they had their reassignment surgeries in Thailand. Well, most of them, but we'll get more into that in a bit. So in this video, we're briefly going to talk about their background, their music, their career, and ultimately what happened to them. Lady debuted April 7th of 2005 after only about a year of training. The first of the 4 members, the oldest member, is Shinhye. She was born in Seoul. She's the oldest member and she's the leader of the group. Then we have Sahara, the main vocalist, also born in Seoul. Next we have Yuna. She was the lead vocalist. And then we have the maknae, Binu. They originally started as a trio, but a 4th member, Yuna, was added at the last minute. They all have varying backgrounds in the entertainment industry beforehand. For example, Sahara used to be a jeans model, and she won a beauty pageant in Thailand back in 2003. Yuna was preparing for her own solo debut when she was convinced to join Lady, and Shinhye has experience dancing with all-female dancers in commercials. They say that these 4 were chosen out of 400 applicants, so there were 400 people who auditioned, and these 4 were chosen. Lady was signed to Logi Entertainment, who had other artists, but in doing research for this video, I couldn't really find a whole lot about them, the agency, the artists. Even the official Logi Entertainment website is deleted. So Lady debuted with a self-titled album consisting of 8 songs. There was the intro called Lady First, then In the Club, Attention, Ladies Night, Attention Remix, Ladies Night plus 1000 Club Mix, Attention Instrumental, and Ladies Night Instrumental. The music genre was mostly dance, ballad, and hip-hop. The first single was Attention and the second single was Ladies Night, and I'll let you guys listen to a bit of that now. So it's widely believed that the concept of an all-transgender K-pop group came from the emergence of the Korean artist Harisu, a play on the English phrase hot issue. Harisu knew she wanted to present herself as a woman from early childhood. Harisu underwent gender reassignment surgery or gender confirmation surgery in the 1990s. Harisu became South Korea's first ever transgender entertainer, and in 2002 she became the 2nd person in Korea to legally change their gender. And many believe this led to the formation of such a group as Lady. A producer from Logi Entertainment said in an interview, "After seeing the success of Harisu, I decided to put together a transgender K-pop group. I went to clubs and bars in Itaewon and was introduced to talented people in the transgender world." And I'm sure you can imagine that given the unique nature of this group and their concept, there was a lot of media attention about them at the time. However, with Korea being the conservative country that it is, Lady wasn't really allowed to perform much on Korean music shows, having only been allowed to perform a few times. Lady was allowed to perform on Mnet and MBC a few times immediately following their debut, but later they would find there were no opportunities for them to perform or appear to the public on broadcasting stages, unlike traditional performances who had many more opportunities. In fact, in the months following their debut, they would find that all of their music was suddenly not allowed to broadcast because it was, quote, inappropriate, too sexy, and sensational. One official said, "We are not broadcasting Lady's music because we don't recognize Lady, Harisu, and other trans performers due to our religious beliefs." It also didn't help that many people weren't a fan of their music or performances, but whether they genuinely didn't like their music or didn't want to support them because of who they are, that's very open to interpretation. Because they appeared to be all but flat out banned in their own country, they decided to focus their efforts abroad in countries like Taiwan, Japan, and China because they had much more of a fan base in those countries where Attention was a club hit. During their first year as a group, they didn't have much success and contemplated quitting after their first year, but they decided to keep going and keep trying for another year. Unfortunately, they were not without scandal of their own. For example, a lot of women took offense when Lady was asked about when they knew they were essentially born in the wrong body, and Shinhye said, "We love chocolate, shopping, and gossip. Mentally, we were always women. The only difference is we had to change something physical. Simply, we are women with an extra scar. And people were upset at the idea of the female gender being summed up as shopaholic, chocolate-eating gossips. It was also revealed that Binu never actually had her gender confirmation surgery, a topic that became even more relevant due to mandatory military enlistment of all males in Korea. People were quick to assume that she claimed to be trans to avoid serving in the military. As Korean law goes, transgender women are either excluded from the military or they must serve as a man. They are subject to a full body exam to confirm whether they've had the surgery or not, which is pretty messed up because it's an expensive process, so many trans in Korea are forced to serve as men. But there are certain exceptions that can be made depending on the treatment and progress of the individual. Still struggling to find success and fading from the spotlight, they decided to release a photo book featuring nude shots of all the lady members. This photo book was called Woman Reflect. It's still debated whether the girls consented to willingly do the photo book or if it was a last-ditch effort at fame ordered by their entertainment agency. Even before their debut, there was talks of doing a nude photo book to release along with their debut album. It was even stated in their contract as, quote, "As soon as we formed Lady, there was a clause that said if the company's income was low or underperforming, the Lady members would agree to do a nude photo shoot. They'd be subject to paying a penalty if they refused." When they spoke publicly about their participation in the photo shoot, they said they felt proud of their progress and loved the opportunity to be seen as women, but it's still not known if they were forced to say this to the media by their company. Though scandalous and risque at the time, this also failed to gain publicity for the group, and they finally decided to disband in early 2007 because of the prejudice and hate they received from the public. The official statement from Logi Entertainment says, "The transgender group Lady, made of members Shinhye, Sahara, Binu, and Yuna, had a one-year run since their debut on April 7, 2005. After a year of promotions, the group discussed disbanding in August 2006. The cause of the group's termination is due to the prejudice they've experienced from the beginning. This restricted their stage performances, ability to earn wages, and broadcasting. Ladies suffered emotionally during the span of their activities. They had a better response in Thailand, China, and Japan over Korea. Because of this, we tried focusing on overseas promotions and activities instead of Korea. This was difficult to manage because the members lost their ranks." I didn't start listening to K-pop until 2010, so this is a few years after Lady was a group, but it was kind of hard to find information on this group. I don't know if it's like they wanted to pretend it never happened, or if the members chose to just disappear and start over because of the hate and prejudice they received in the public. I do have an update for some of the members. While Binu and Yuna have disappeared from the spotlight, Shinhye and Sahara, they still out here. Sahara took small acting roles and was set to take part in a TV show in 2012 focusing on male-female relationships and gender role/identity. She was on a panel of 17 other transgender women. Unfortunately, the show was canceled after only one episode because conservative and religious groups protested and gathered outside of the KBS building demanding it be pulled. The show aired at midnight, but these protesters insisted it will corrupt children who blindly follow transgenders. They said this will lead to gender issues in their society, which I'm sorry, pause. Korea has a lot of gender issues going on in Korea right now, and virtually none of them have anything to do with the LGBTQIA community, so yeah. Now as for Shinhye, she went back to her career of styling hair, and she recently launched her own YouTube channel with plans to open her own hair salon in Gangnam soon. I would love to hear what you guys think about Lady and this concept. I'd love to hear what LGBTQIA rights are like in your country as well, and happy Pride. So thanks for watching if you did. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Annyeong!